Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermits and Crafting. And we're flying over our secret pirate islands down below, all looking super fancy, except this one, the main one. It has a really ugly farm, which we need to change after we finish the interior of the volcano, which we are going to work on in our next episode. And I just saw a majestic dolphin there jumping out of the water. That is so beautiful. But anyway, we're going to head into the interior and work on our smoldering floor once again. And that, of course, is what we built in our last episode. So we've got all these little embers kind of dancing out of the floor and the little bits of smoke here. It really gives off, you know, this kind of heated up ash feel that you would kind of associate with a volcano. So I think it came out really cool. Thank you for the feedback on it. And yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that. But what I'm a little bit more pleased about is our Halloween skin. That is right. We are morphing into our true arch enemy of Minecraft, Bob the Creeper Building Inspector. Haha, I love it. This is also a callback to my original skin from way back in the day when I first started playing Minecraft. It was like a Steve on the front and Creeper on the back. It was fantastic, but I love this so much. Waffle Warrior, thank you for it. I'm going to be wearing a different skin every episode until Halloween. It's going to be amazing. But anyway, loving this place. This place makes me super happy. I'm glad that we were able to clean it up, right? It took a little while in our last episode to really clean up all the stone and get it a little bit more presentable. And then, of course, putting down this floor here, which, of course, is no easy task because we're floating underwater. Well, I was going to show you, and then I landed on a rock. There we go. So yeah, we got that. Oh God, that's our second arch enemy of Hermitcraft. Lagging up the server, but anyway, this thing is looking fantastic. So what we're going to be starting building wise today is we are going to be building the central core of the volcano, and it's going to emulate from right about here, and it's going to be an hourglass shape. And I have some really fun things we're going to do with that. So the idea is that the pirates have carved this canyon out and carved all the way around like that central kind of lava tube in the middle. And they're going to regret the day they did that, by the way. So this thing is going to look fantastic going up there. Hopefully we can get to the deck and the black market work and stuff along those lines. I think it'll be really fancy. But before we do that, there is a little competition going on here at the server, and that is the Kill Tango event. And Cherry Computers, your favorite premium electronics store, is sponsoring the event. So what I want to do is make special Cherry redstone boxes for all the contestants of the event. It's going to be amazing. So let's do it. Want to take a quick minute to show you what the volcano looks like at night. The glow of the magma just looks absolutely breathtaking. Oh man, that is something that I think sometimes gets a little overlooked in Minecraft building is lighting. And it's something I've mentioned before, as I love to kind of experiment now with a little bit of lighting to really try to enhance a build in that way, because they're limiting. Ow. I had forgotten that I had taken off all of my armor because I wanted to show off my brand new skin. That is right. And I hit the ground a little too hard because I always forget when you don't have feather falling and all of your fancy enchants, flying and hitting ground can be very dangerous. So I think I've gotten everything back in the inventory. So we got both of our pickaxes, our axe, our shovel, our scarred cutlass, and of course our con wings and Diamond Man suit. The only thing we did lose was my meat, so we lost that. And I think a few rockets, but I've scoured and just cannot find it, unfortunately. But all I wanted to do, my friends, was demonstrate the ability to use lighting in a dynamic way to really enhance a build. And that's what I at least tried to do with this build. And you usually have like two options in Minecraft: light it all the way up or make it dark. But really playing with lighting can really enhance a build. Well, I've had enough death and destruction for one day here, so let's get to work. Now, I have been working on gathering a whole bunch of redstone components for our sponsored cherry boxes. So we'll get a red cherry box and we'll give it out to all the contestants of the Kill Tango event. And I think this is a good start on things that we can put in the box. We got lots of redstone components here. We've got TNT, we've got Bernie blocks, we've got some slime, some cobwebs, some different things along those lines. And so what we'll need to do is maybe make 5 or 4 shulker boxes. We'll dye it red. We'll have it written like Cherry Computers sponsoring the Kill Tango event. So I think that'll be really fantastic. If you can think of anything else we could put in here, let me know in the comments. So let's grab the shulkers and start packing them up. We now have the cherry boxes ready to roll, and I'm starting to organize a bit of things that we'll put inside. So I'm thinking about putting 8 droppers, 8 dispensers, 8 redstone comparators, 8 repeaters, and 8 pistons. I don't know why I chose 8, but I just kind of went with it. So we've got that all set. We might maybe bump some of these up or something along those lines, but I think that's a good start that we can do with these. And of course, so 8 droppers and 8 dispensers and 8 pistons. So if that's one box set, maybe we do like 3 pieces of TNT also in the box. And what else? How about, we might need more slime. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to give each person 32 slime, and they can choose to use that for the pistons or not, or make a, a sticky block or whatever they call it. So that's an item that we can put in there. Birdie blocks for sure. Let's do 16 birdie blocks. So we'll do that. So these are things that you can use to kill the person. A minecart. You never know when you want to put someone in a minecart. So that's a thing. What else? Oh, cobwebs for sure. Let's do 16 of those. So we'll do 16 cobwebs. There we go. And anything else? Oh, our preserver face guy. So let's do 8 of those. I think that'll be perfect. Okay, I think that is set. So that is a good amount of things. Maybe we could think of maybe like 1 or 2 more things per box. And now the cherry boxes are all filled up. So we've got some obsidian, we've got a boat, we've got an anvil. I think the anvil is classic to Tango's famous prank on Iskall. So I thought that would be a good thing to make sure we put in there. So yeah, lots of cool stuff inside the boxes. They're all set up and are ready to go. I want to name the boxes, but I realized I don't have any XP from my tragic death earlier. Welcome back to the gold farm, and let's get started on our naming of these shulker boxes. So I'm thinking something like the Kill Tango event, sponsored in part by Cherry Computers. So I think that would be nice for that. And while we're here, we can also set up our brand new trident, which I completely forgot that I had. It was hiding in like my ender chest over here. I completely forgot about it. So we can get that all enchanted. So we finally, once again, have Riptide. So that's going to be amazing. So let's start naming those boxes and get this thing enchanted. We are now outside of Cherry, setting up a place for all the people who are competing in the event to come and get their complimentary cherry box here. So look, it's super fancy. Now we're going to do an armor stand, and we're going to, of course, get Tango posing up here. It's going to look fantastic. Now, I did have a little bit of a failure a moment ago. I bought the wrong head. I bought Falsus, and I was walking back and I was looking at everything I had in my inventory, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I bought Falsus head by mistake. I had to go back and get Tango's, and I think we got everything. So we need to get a sign going. We got the statue book. Wait, oh my gosh, for a second I was like, where's the boxes? I forgot, I already got them in here. So we only have 5, and if there are more people competing, we'll just make more boxes. And yeah, so people can come here, get their supplies. So let's get the sign down, let's get Tango in a fun pose, and I think we're almost there. I had a bit of an accident with the armor stand book, and it's quite amusing. I don't think I'll keep it, but Tango is literally in the box. It looks like he's in the coffin. Oh man, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we keep this? I don't know what I'm doing, and sometimes that's the best part because we could find things like this. He's literally in the box. I don't know. Let me know if we should keep this. I might try a couple different ones. Everything is now set up and ready to go. We have the boxes. We've got this little gravesite, which is a little bit different direction than I originally was going for. But when we pushed him into the box, we had to keep it. So we got a little gravesite. I might update the grave in a little bit, but we got the rip up there. We got Kill Tango sponsored redstone box. And then you got a little gravesite set up right here. Now, originally this was not supposed to be grass. So let me break that off. There we go. Okay. So when you open up the box, you get your sponsored cherry box if you're a contestant, so 1 box per contestant, and then when you close it, you see Tango for a brief second. Let's do that one more time. Oh man, this just fills me full of joy. I love it. Look at that. Oh man, I really like that. Okay, I'm glad we had that misfortune of sending him into the ground, because that actually turned out to be pretty darn awesome. Okay. I'm really pleased with this. So, all right, now that we got that all set up and ready to roll, it's time to head back to Pirate Island and start working on our storage area. Welcome back to the Shulker District, and we're getting all of our things ready for today. So we don't have a lot of our black blocks, our black wool and our black concrete powder. And where is our Are we out of these? Oh, okay, block of coal. We still have 44, so that's a decent amount still. And I just can't get any more of those, at least to that quantity. We can get some powdered concrete and a bit of wool, but man, we got to be very sparing if we need them for the coal blocks. And then over here, we've got some small detail. We got the Bernie blocks. We've got all sorts of little small details to incorporate with the magma, so that's looking good. We got some stone and lots of gray, light gray, and a bit of brown for our central core. So I think all that is looking fancy, and we've got a bit of dirt in our inventory, so let's head into the sanctum of the center of the volcano. So let's head on in here and get started. So first thing we need to do is locate the center of the volcano to create our core. So excuse me, I need you to back off. Thank you, appreciate you. All right, so let's find the center. I'm gonna say right here. Can we call that the center? Let's start working upwards. So what we want to do is create a central pillar, which we can then use for spacing. So if we look to this direction, we've got a ton of room right here for our central core. And this is a decent amount of space, but oh my, it looks like this is why you do this. This is why you always start out with spacing and planning, because this part's going to be a little bit tight. So that's a really good thing to know ahead of time. So if we come on down, what we want to do is, see, that's how I die, is I'm so careless like that. And when you don't have armor on, that's how you die at the top of the volcano. Anyway, so what I'm thinking about is creating a bit of an hourglass shape. So we'll have, you know, this little shape will come outwards around here. Looks like we're going to consume that little structure right there. And then it'll get a little bit skinnier as it gets to the top. And that right there is where the burning blocks are going to go. And we'll kind of have them peeking through all of the cobblestone and things. And then it'll get thicker again up at the top. So I think that'll create a really cool little lava tube. And it'll look like maybe the volcano is powering something. And that's kind of what I want to do, incorporating it more into our little bit of a steampunk pirate feel. So I think that's going to be fancy. So I'm going to work a little bit with dirt here and just kind of get some more spacing, some more planting done. And hopefully we'll soon put some permanent blocks down, because I think this will be really cool when we're done. It's raining and I don't have my trident, because when I went to enchant it earlier, I didn't have Riptide in my enchantment book box. So we'll have to visit iTrade a little bit later and make that happen. So I've got all these supplies. Oh man, these mobs are ridiculous in here, but I've got all these supplies ready to go in here. So this is our giant blob of dirt, but it'll be a good way to kind of demonstrate what I have in mind. Now, nobody ever accused me of being smart and efficient about anything, and the issue is that it would have been way easier to have done the central core before doing the floor. Because every time we're about to, you know, cover up something to kind of demonstrate this, we're gonna have to go back and harvest the blocks below it, just because we have such a finite amount of them. And I did that in the interior here. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I'm gonna demonstrate with a bit of coal block. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this kind of overlap the lip here, right? It's gonna look like that. And then it's gonna transition into stone, okay? So stone's gonna transition up. And then in the center portion here, that is the inner core of it. So then it'll start looking like this, very similar to what we did on the outside. So I think that'll look really cool. And then in the very center is where the birdie blocks are going to go, and some extra detail. So I think this will look really, really fantastic once we get there. It's going to take a lot of work to make this happen, but I think it'll look really cool. And I want to thank you guys so much for coming out to the Hermitcraft live stream event. I hope you guys enjoyed my portion of the stream and all the hermits. I unfortunately lost my supply box that I was going to use for the stream, because I can't keep track of my shulker boxes. And we instead, you know, worked on trees, and we worked on a bunch of other things, but I think it was still a lot of fun. And I really, really hope you guys did enjoy that. And man, I love streaming so much, and I've been so inconsistent lately, which makes me sad. But once TwitchCon's over, oh, we're going to be back, my friends. We're going to be doing some amazing things on Twitch. And speaking to that, I will be at TwitchCon. And if you're interested, hello there, Enderman. We're friends, right? Everything's good? Okay, fantastic. I will be there, and I will be doing a panel for people who have disabilities in streaming, to kind of inspire, help out, and then talk about industry-related things pertaining to that. And then, of course, I'll be actually streaming from TwitchCon. That's right, streaming from TwitchCon. And that is going to be really, really fun. And that's going to be on Friday around 11:40 or 12:45. So if you're there, make sure you show up and watch me stream and fail. And then, of course, if you aren't available to be able to go to TwitchCon, of course, I will make sure there's links so you can watch the stream, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. My brother's going to be there, so it's going to be so much fun. And yeah, so that's a little bit of a Scar update. And I'll be going to San Jose. And I've rarely been to San Jose. I mean, I've lived in the Bay Area, but like going to San Jose was like a rare thing. So it'll be really fun to actually go there and enjoy all the sights and stuff like that. So I'm super, super happy about that. And there we go. So I think we're starting to get, the outline. We're starting to kind of build this up. This thing is going to be really cool. Okay. It's going to be amazing when we're done. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but it will be really sweet. Welcome back, and working out some color changes in the core. So we've removed a few things, added some things, and it's really tough to balance color with hardened clay because some of the blocks look much different than you would think that particular color would look, right? So it's a bit of a challenge because transitioning out of black and into gray, I feel like it's not quite right. Like if there need to be kind of an intermediate color in there to kind of help that transition, it's a little too dark going to light. So I don't know, we'll work on that a little bit more. It's very straight, like it's round all the way across. I think once we get a little further in, we'll have maybe the black sticking up here and maybe go down a little here, add so much more variety to the shapes and depth of it. I think it'll look a lot better, but I think we're making progress. This is just a long go. A lot of trial and error trying to figure out how to make this thing feel natural. It's very similar to the floor. We had so many challenges with the floor in our last episode, but by the end of the episode, we had it. And I feel like that's the same here. And of course, we'll vary it up, all these little details, but we just need to get that structure so then we can do that. The core is now taking shape, and I think it is starting to look good. And when you're building Minecraft for yourself and you're struggling a little bit with something, but you have a good vision in your head and you start to see the seeds of that materializing in what you're creating, like in the game. That's where I'm at the moment because I can see what to do now. And there's going to be a whole bunch of surprises too. I've come up with some really fun things we'll do once we've established the full structure. So where we're going to be working is this very top portion here. We're going to be taking the magma blocks and we're going to be placing them all around in this section and then bowing it back outwards, giving it that hourglass shape that we talked about a little earlier in the video. So I think that'll be really fantastic. Let's get those details and head up to the top. We're at the top now, so let's grab out our birdie blocks. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start kind of placing those around the edges here. I'm trying to be fairly precise with these so we don't waste a ton of them. Don't want to have to go back to the nether and get more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place a little something like that, bring those upwards. And I want this to be fairly thin, right? I don't want this to be too thick across here. And we'll put that like so. Ow. That's why we call them the birdie blocks. There we go. And then I think that's good. Let's pop onto this other side here. Check this. Yeah, that's looking fantastic. I'm going to work this up just a little bit higher, just a little bit. Whoop, that's not the right spot. There we go. Nailed it. Okay, so one of the blocks that I'd like to see changed in kind of the texture updates that's going on in Minecraft is this block. And to remove this kind of, what is this? Kind of like a purplish maroon. I'd like it to be a little bit more black. That's what I'd like it to be, a little bit more black. I think it would look way, way better. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out some of these blocks and I just kind of want to create this like these little round like kind of circles and swoops across here as if there's some rock here that's barely clinging, right? It's just barely clinging to the outside. I think will look really, really fantastic. If this was coral, I think would also look nice, but we wouldn't have the benefit of half slabs and stairs. But I may go with coral. That could be an option. What do you guys think? Do you think instead of andesite or stone, this section would be cool as like coral, like dried magma and stuff? I think that could be a potential idea. Let me know in the comments if that is a good idea or not. And then we'll swoop that across. And this is a mistake. We'll fix that. And I'm going to put this there as a temporary block so I can walk across there. And then let's do another one here. Yeah, that looks good. I like that a lot. And we'll knock one more right there. And those all, like I said, could potentially be an additional texture like coral. So put one more right there and then we'll scaffold up. Let's see, I'm actually going to use this, my scaffolding material. There we go, up to the top. And now we switch back to brown. There we go. And this is going to just become the reverse of what we did down there. So we'll just work up this design, the brown to the gray to the black, and then I'll go right up to the core or the top of the volcano, and I think it'll look absolutely fantastic. So let me finish this up, and we should have a decent structure at this point. Outside the volcano right now, getting a little bit of air, because sometimes when I'm in an interior enclosed space in Minecraft, like underground or something, I get a little claustrophobic and I have to come out and get a little bit of air. I think I'm still recovering from the big dig in the last season. So I like to just pop out and get a little bit of air. But let's come in and reveal the central core of the volcano, which I think truly takes this build to the next level. And I'm instantly seeing a flaw here. There's dirt. I thought I got it all out, so there's more to remove, but I think it's looking pretty cool. We've got the Bernie blocks in the center, and what I wanted, like I've mentioned many times, is that this area's been kind of hollowed out by the pirates. So what I'd like to do next to really make this thing feel a little bit more alive and a little bit more realistic is I want to take bands of stone, and if it's kind of clinging to it, like the stone's kind of fallen off of the sides and there's still some that it's stuck to it. So we'll take little bits of smooth stone and cobble and things and run it along the edges here. Second thing I'd like to do is start taking these details and bring that up the side a little bit with a little bit of stone. That's that Enderman over there. I already died once by one of them and I see they're back already. I'd like to take some stone here and add it to this level right here. I know we removed it from our original design, but I think I'm going to incorporate it back into it. And I think it'll look really good on this lower level to have stone. And it'll just give it a little bit more contrast and really make it feel like that's the intersection of the build. And yeah, I'm really happy because this was a struggle to get to this point. It looked really, really bad for a while. And I think we can even make it look a little bit better from this and continue down that path. So guys, I'm building, you know, as I do here. And I came to the conclusion that we've truly made the greatest Minecraft super villain lair here. It is. It's a super villain lair. I think this is too evilly for pirates at this point. Evilly, I don't think that's a word, but it's now become a Scar word, so it is now. But yeah, I'm loving this, and I think we've taken this to the next level now by adding these like stone arches or stone, you know, I don't know, I'm thinking like horns almost in a way coming out of the ground surrounding the core here. And I think those look really good. Now, of course, we're going to add lots of detail to them, but this is just the start of them. But I think it really helps frame up the core here. And I think that's looking really, really nice. And this thing does look like an hourglass when you look at it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with our evil lair in here. We need a name. We need a name for this evil lair volcano. So help me come up with that. I know we've tried in the past, but nothing really stuck. So if you got any ideas, help me come up with an evil lair name. And yeah, I've made the best Minecraft evil lair ever. Welcome back, and my new least favorite mob of all time is not the creeper anymore. It is the skeleton. I have been knocked off scaffolding at least 10 times in this episode, and it is very frustrating. So hashtag skeleton is the worst mob. I want to see it. If you're a Scarian, I want to see you put hashtag skeleton is the worst mob in the comments, because it is. So that's a thing. But anyway, guys, we've got so much incredible detail in the central core of the volcano now. Look at this thing looking super fancy. I love it. There's also a ton of room in the center portion of it for something cool that we could build. Maybe some kind of redstone contraption that could be tucked away. I even think Cub had mentioned at one point maybe putting the million items storage thing in here to help me out because I have a storage issue. It's a problem. I acknowledge it. I need help about it. So maybe we could have him do that. But look at that thing. Oh man, I'm really happy with this. And originally, like at some point in the beginning there, I was really worried that I was going to scrap this video because it was not coming out. But like I always say, you got to push it. You got to keep going. Even, you know, even if it looks terrible, you had that vision. So just see it out. And I think it came out really cool. I am super pleased. And that half slab truly bested me. Like I couldn't get out of the hole. I was stuck in there. But yeah, really pleased with that. And one thing I was thinking about creepers, by the way, being a creeper today. What if creepers got wet and they couldn't detonate? I think that would be a really cool new feature in Minecraft because I think there would be some fun little things you could do with that. What if you had a squirt gun? Okay, maybe a squirt gun's too much, but I think it's too much, yeah. But what? Oh my gosh, it's The Walking Dead all of a sudden here, and all I have is a shovel. What in the world did you guys come from? Oh no. Okay, we're having some issues here. Okay, I got the sword out. Everything's fine. The Scar Cutlass has been activated. I'm trying to talk to my friends, people. Leave me alone. And you leave me alone over there. I'm going to squirt you with a squirt gun. Anyway, back to our little talk here. I think it would be fantastic if they did get wet in the rain or fall into water, that they become like a sponge. They absorb the water and they have to dry out before they can detonate. And they try to detonate and they go zzz, and nothing. Oh man, doesn't that sound cool? Oh, I want to see that. I want to see a poll. I'm going to put a poll up and I'm going to see if you guys like that idea, because I think it would be pretty sweet. But anyway, I think this is looking fantastic, but we need to head off, get some wool, because I need to get rid of all of these torches here. So we need to place wool on all of these pieces so there is no spawning taking place, so we can really darken it and make it really, truly an evil lair. Azuma, I'm going to give you an idea for this. I saw it in the comments. Someone said that that huge chunk of rock up there looked like a sheep. And I think it would be really cool if you made that thing into a sheep, and maybe it was rainbow, like a Jeb sheep, and it was like leaping through the rainbow. Oh, it would be amazing. I would think that would be fantastic. We gotta get Azuma to make that thing into a rainbow sheep. But this whole entrance is new and is looking super fancy. Apparently this is the entrance. Oh, bamboozled again. Bamboozled again. What the heck? Just like Joe Hill's shop. But okay. So I know that entrance is new, so I saw part of his video working on this. I know he built this, and then the rest of the wool should be here, correct? Swim up. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we swim up, and then it's inside the rainbow, the shop. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, I've only seen this in a video. Okay, I'm really dizzy. Oh my gosh, that's so disorienting. Okay, all right, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm not looking at the screen, Okay, we're at the top. I feel sick. I love this so much, but I also feel kind of queasy. Okay, 1 stack, 1 diamond. Oh man, my eyes are watering. Okay, beautiful. All right, this is what we're here for. Had to cut there for a second and let the dizzy pass, but I've got myself some stacks of wool so we can carpetify that particular area of the volcano, so we'll no longer get any mob spawns. But I may have gotten a little sick in here, but dude, this thing is really cool. Like, I love this thing so much. All right, it's a lot less dizzy going down. Why is there a giant D on top of my portal? What is this? D jingled. I have no idea what that is. Back here at iBooks, I want to see if there is Riptide available. I assume there is, and I think that's it. Let's see, what is that? That's Riptide 1. Okay, we're not looking for that. I'd like to get a little bit more action here. Frostwalker channeling. Riptide! Oh, here we go. Riptide 15. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, please, Impulsive stock this. Ah, you did. Oh, that's fantastic. I think it's a diamond for a stack there, and I think it was 15, correct? And let's jump over here. Let's grab ourselves a book. Do you sell books? Oh, ho. You beautiful Impulse. There we go. All right, where is it? I lost it. Frostwalker again channeling. Riptide. There we go. 15. Beautiful. And then we'll shoot over here. There it is. Now, quick question to you guys. Is that the highest Riptide goes? Because I don't remember if it goes any higher. I'm just going to be safe here, and I'm going to buy another book. So I got some more emeralds, and I had to reset the trade, so I bought a couple of little random things here. And let's grab that, and that gives us Riptide 4. And like I said, we'll just see once we get to the anvil. I can't think of any other anvils. We had to come down into the landscaping shop ride. So let's throw those in there, and oh, okay. So it does just only go up to 3. We'll pop that in there, and of course... I need like a half a level. Rip that poor squid family, because we now have ourselves a beautiful trident, and we can now launch ourselves through Hermitcraft, and that makes me so happy. And the true test of a good trident, so we can get in the water and get truly launched out. Wait, okay, that was a really poor shot. Let's try that again. There we go. This is it. There we are. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have this thing back. That makes me smile. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video, and I very much hope you enjoyed today as we created our unintentional evil lair along with our, as usual, unintentional mob farms. But until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch videos. And if you believe the videos are a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.